What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? We got donuts. No pizza. We got some donuts. Whew. Man, no live stream this last Thursday or yesterday. I've had a sinus infection. My voice probably sounds a little different. My throat is a little sore. Yeah, not feeling good this week. Started kicking up. What was it? I started feeling like a little tired Monday morning. Tuesday morning I went golfing. Just body was not doing. I only made it to like 15 holes. And then Tuesday evening, got the chills. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Barely starting to feel a little bit better. Low energy today though, but I'm gonna try to rally a little bit. I got myself an energy drink, which actually hurts every time I take a sip. But we need that caffeine. How's everybody doing today? I figured, instead of just like doubling up next week, doing like a 4-hour stream, which is gonna absolutely destroy me. Figured let's try out a Saturday stream. We haven't done a Saturday stream in a while. I haven't been to the office in a while on a Saturday to do a live stream. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see if it's worth it coming in on a weekend. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Sprinkled donuts. Let's see. Do we have any sprinkled donuts? We got a few right there. We have a few right there. We got a few. You can have some. Dyslexic, how you doing? If you're new to the stream, because typically we do this on Thursdays around 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. What we do is that we go over 2 MotoStars videos, because he's been pumping them out. Roughly about 2 a week, so we do about 2 a week also. If we want to do a little more, we'll go over some older ones. And what we do is we go over the crashes and close calls, and we use the after-action review process. And what that means is that we try to figure out what happened, the set and setting, what the rider skills could be, what kind of the situation could have contributed to the crash or close call, and what they did right and what they did wrong. And this way we can learn from that and then do only the positive and only the things that are actually good. So like if we learn that they did something wrong, let's say navigating a curve, well they're navigating a curve, that's the right thing, they want to do that. But if they like crash or have a close call, it's like, well, what did they do wrong? Were they going too fast? Did they hit some gravel? What was the thing? So that way we can learn not to do certain things like that. And a lot of these are pretty common, so you're going to see some common factors here that we can hopefully just not do ourselves. And also some of the good stuff. Sometimes they do some really good escapes. Sometimes they break. Sometimes they, navigate a lot of these things pretty well. Hey Dan, where can I send in videos? I don't take individual videos. It's just I did that before. I had like an email form, and I was getting like hundreds, and a lot of them were just like, I can't really. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Can't really use that. There's not much that are like either the camera and whatnot, so it just took a lot of time. And then I decided, I'm just gonna write a book or something, do some other stuff. So sorry about that. If you're on MotoStars though, we'll at some point catch you. Sorry about that. I was thinking about doing that for the academy, which I do have a meeting in. Oh, my watch doesn't work. I have a meeting in 2.5 hours with the web developer for the new online academy. So I'll be doing that. Yeah, try to send it to MotoStars. We'll definitely catch you on there. I messaged you on Discord, but I figured you're usually busy and weren't able to see. But I remember you were mentioning a video a couple years ago that you thought stunting was neat. Yeah, stunting is neat. I wonder if you're still wanting to do stunting safety series. I would love to, but there's like so many things I want to do, and I have like a list of things I want to do, and I had to start prioritizing some stuff because I want to do everything. And so I really just started, for work. I'm like, you know what? I need to really focus on the stuff that I really, really am good at, and the safety stuff, the after action reviews, the actual training, and then I realized all the other stuff is stuff I want to do personally. So like I want to try out the stunting stuff. I want to try out a bunch of other things, and I just don't have a lot of time on the personal front to do a lot of those things. But there's all levels, right? There's a bunch of levels to how you learn. And so what for stunting itself, or like a lot of the things that I want to do, I would love to be somebody that just enjoys watching, if that makes sense. I don't have to participate in everything I want to do, but I can enjoy and cheerlead from the sidelines on a lot of things. So I would love to like watch a Moto Gymkhana competition. I would love to go to a stunt show. Like I don't need to participate in a lot of these sports and these activities. And so that's kind of where I'm at with a lot of the priorities. So it's been fun, trying to be an adult, trying to be mature, try not to overload my stuff. I got a lot of personal things going on that I truly enjoy that brings me fulfillment. So I don't need to have 20 other things that bring me fulfillment. And I'm just like now just talking like crazy, talking a lot. I haven't talked to really anybody outside of my girlfriend this whole week. So I've been quarantining myself in my apartment, playing a lot of Helldivers 2. Anybody been playing Helldivers 2 lately? I have just been going nuts. I usually play level 8 difficulty. I don't do Helldive or level 10 now. But yeah, I love killing some bots. All right, so picked up a Sporty Things get hella hot. Yep. Let's see. Doing good. Hope you're doing well. Sup nerds? How you doing? Have you seen the new Wukong game out? I've been following that since the original Unreal play demo like 4 or 5 years ago. I've been keeping an eye on it because it's always looked good, and I hear it's really good. I haven't played it though. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of those things. So Helldivers is pretty easy. I can jump in and do 3 missions and hop out if I need to. I'd love to get back into games, but I don't have time. Dan, I just want to thank you for your helpful and cool videos. I finally passed my final motorcycle exam this week, and your tips definitely helped. Keep doing this, man. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hey, Teals. Everyone give him a biker wave or give him a thumbs up. Congrats on passing your test. Congrats. Hey, thank you. I appreciate all the kind words you guys are giving. We're gonna get started on this MotoStars video. We got 2 of them. Once we get 100 likes, so there's 80 of us in here. So you click that like button. That's how you sign into class. So my goal is really to make this like a class, like just a lot of fun, like an interactive class, because I know a lot of you guys can't make it to class and a lot of you guys can't take a class. So, the new academy that I'm building out is truly meant. Let me see if you guys can follow kind of my logical progression and like student journey on this. So my assumption, because it's not, I don't truly know. I'm taking a risk and a gamble here. My assumption, if you guys are anything like me, because that's what I'm doing, is like I'm making this class for me. Because when I first started, I didn't take a motorcycle class. I didn't do anything. I was a firefighter. I already knew how to drive a stick shift. I had a manual transmission truck, like a little Nissan Frontier. Man, I wish I still had that. I love that thing. So I already knew friction zone. I already knew gears. I already knew how to mess with the gas pedal with throttle, whatever. I was in I was in a neighborhood that was being built out, so it was empty, and I was just riding around, practicing shifting, practicing my U-turns. First 30 miles, I spent 30 miles in a small little neighborhood, and then I went and took my test. And then like years later, I took the MSF BRC, years later. So my course, if I could go back to my very beginning, I'm making my course to shortcut and to provide information for a younger version of Daniel, so that if he's out in the neighborhood practicing, he has things that he can practice, like a workout program. Just realized I'm like really pale. That's not good. A workout program basically for motorcycles. And so he can learn U-turn figure eights, straight line weave, tight turns, swerving, braking, all the stuff on the motorcycle. And so that's what I'm doing here for the course. It's not meant for, hey, you're going to go get your endorsement right after. It's like, no, I'm going to get you riding on the road so that if you want to take a BRC, you can, but you do need a license, so go take your license. So that's like where I'm getting at. And there was no MSF courses nearby at the time. Nobody was doing this at the time. So like that's why I'm doing the live streams, and that's why I'm building out the course. So I'm assuming a lot of you are in that position. I know some of you have been riding for a while, but I see, you just passed your test. Some of you guys are thankful for the information. So it's like I'm assuming a lot of you are just now starting. Is that correct? Write in the comments if you haven't been riding yet, or you're thinking about riding, or you just started riding. Or just tell me your riding experience. There you go. Tell me your riding experience in the chat right now. Gives me a better idea of who, like, because I'm trying to like modulate the course curriculum towards you guys. Because when I think about the MSF and all these other training schools, the goal is to get you your endorsement, or if you go take a track riding school, the goal is to get you to start riding on the track. The goal is like to get you like this cert so that you have this quantifiable thing that you can start doing. My thing is just to set you up for success for a lifelong riding experience. Riding since 94, 2 years, a few days of riding. Kalimoto, yeah, okay. 2 years now. First motorcycle, MSF license, Ninja 4 and 500 miles ridden so far. Nice. Pretty new. Passed final exam not too long ago, waiting to get my license printed. Been riding 42 years. Ooh, nice. Yeah, Blade. Got a moped about a year ago, and that made me want to eventually get a bike. Okay. Everyday three-season rider. Oh, very nice. You're wanting to get your first bike? Okay. So we're 16 minutes in, and I realize just constantly talking like this is making me a little dizzy. It's good information. Let's see if we can make 2 hours. 2.5 years riding, 1 year stunting. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I haven't been on Discord in a while. I kind of I'm kind of in the position of just kind of giving it to the mods at this point. The new academy is going to have a community aspect to it. It's going to have a forums. And I'll be on that. I'm moving towards just pure education. You got an open book pelvic fracture. Are you just saying that because I've been telling people not to look it up? Because if you did, that's oof. Riding motorcycle is a mindset. There's so many things that you can learn from riding a motorcycle that applies to real life, and that's what the academy is really going to be focusing on. I honestly just want to make you guys better overall in life, not just motorcycles, and that's where a lot of the language is coming from in the new academy. Teenagers 16 plus years over here are dangerous. They ride without license, even scared. They turn off the light. Ooh, that's not good. Riding 3 years, mandatory day courses. That's another thing is that this is an international audience, so a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching is I'm trying to make it more generalized in terms of the rider, not the motorcycle, and not, hey, here's an exam, pass this and you should be able to pass. No, it's like every exam basically is motorcycle control, motorcycle familiarization, how to turn it on, and how to swerve and brake. That's pretty much it. And so if I can teach you those basic principles, you can apply that to your test. And so my goal is to kind of help people get the practice in so that when they go take their test, they're not nervous, because a lot of reasons why people do fail the final test is that they get nervous. I've taken a lot of classes and a lot of like BRC classes, a lot of intermediate and some advanced classes, and I've watched all the progression leading up to the test, and they would do really well, and then all of a sudden the test they just kind of mess up. The last one I took was in July, end of July, I think July 28th and 29th. I took it with my girlfriend's daughter, and she did great all the way up. She's a little nervous, but did great all the way up, and then the swerve, she like panicked a little bit. And so like I'm trying to get people like comfortable before they actually take the test. But she passed. She got her thing, which I need to get her actual endorsement. She needs to take it to the DMV. The course gives a few skills before you get crazy. I know it makes a difference. Yeah. 2 wrecks in 3 decades. Oof. Just renewed your motorcycle registration first time. Thank you for teaching me how to be safety conscious. You're welcome, Norvals Dingus. Your tips helped me avoid an accident on my moped. That's another thing is watching these crashes and close calls. Like, in all the classes I've ever taken, they don't really go over a lot of these things. They just try to teach you how to ride the motorcycle. It's like, well, that's fine if there's no one on the road. I'm trying to teach driver behavior, rider behavior, what to look for, and then utilizing the skills you learn in class, which is going to be the academy, so that you can get yourself out of dangerous situations. But we're going to get started. We have 46 likes. I would really love to see if we can get 100, but I'm recognizing that I'm running out of energy already, and I don't want to run out of energy during the actual videos. So if there's 100 of us in here, let's see if we can get 51 more likes, and we're gonna get started real soon. But we're gonna be going over this crash video. There's some road rage. I watched a little bit. There's some road rage stuff. We're gonna skip those. Thanks for the beard comment. Appreciate it, Race. Good, fix it. Yeah, I mean, it does destroy confidence. One thing that I want to put out at least in the tone of the new videos that I'll be coming out with for the academy is that dropping the bike or having failures is just an indicator of like what is it that you still need to learn. And if you treat failures, mistakes, and learning as a continuous process, you start to you drop a little bit of confidence, but you start to understand that it is part of the process. So if you can change your frame of mind in terms of, oh yeah, I failed this, but what did I fail? How do I solve that problem? Kind of remove a little bit of emotion out of it, and you treat it like this. It's almost like a video game. It's like I just died against this boss like 5 times. Like what is it that what's the pattern that I'm not doing? What is it that I need? And then you just get better and better and better, and then you finally win. And that's really what learning is. And if you have like a longer timeline, like if you really, it's like I need to beat this boss like in the next 10 minutes, then you're going to be very frustrated if you keep failing. But if you're like I just need to beat this boss at some point, like I'll give myself however long it takes, and before you know it, you win. And same thing with motorcycle riding. Yeah, I dropped the bike or I put my foot down on the U-turn. It's like, okay, well, if I need to get my U-turn done by today, this is very frustrating. But if I just need to figure out how to do this U-turn, give myself like another week, it's going to happen. And you just get better and better and better. So think of it as like a longer timeline in terms of learning. It's a lifelong learning process for anything. And before you know it, becomes automatic. Thinking about getting a used bike. What should I check for if I don't know how to ride or know anyone who knows how to ride? A used bike as a beginner rider. I wish I could help you out on that one. I've only really bought new bikes. I've only had 4 bikes my whole life. And I've been riding since November 2011. I just keep a bike for like 5-6 years at a time. All right, guys. 72 likes. We're going to get started because I am starting to lose energy. And I do not want to lose energy. So we do have a sale going on until next Friday. So those of you that want to practice your skills, we do have the drill booklet available right now for 20% off. Links in the description and in the chat. So you can grab one of these. It's signed by me. And yeah, you can practice. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, the bootlace and the 2-pole run, those are fun. But it gets harder and harder and harder as it goes on. Look at that. But yeah, 20 drills. You can go out practice in a parking lot. You only need 10 cones. So if you don't have cones, here's what I recommend. Because I ran out of cones. I'm actually talking to a supplier right now. I got to send in some cones to maybe get a mold made so that I don't have to worry about other people. And maybe I can drop the price down also if I just buy in bulk. Get 5 tennis balls, cut them in half. Now you have 10 cones. That's all you need. That's all you need. All right, guys. We're going to start here. I'm going to do a quick little intro for this. For the sale for this video. And then on the next video, we'll just kind of play around with it. All right, guys. I'm going to hit that record button. 3, 2. Here we go. All right, guys, we're going to be jumping into this Moto Stars video, but before we jump into that, we do have a sale going on for 20% off. Links in the description for the drill booklet. When you get this, it actually comes with a downloadable version of it, so you can practice with your phone on the handlebars.
Check this out and right.
Okay, Moto Stars. Phone on the handlebars, so you can practice, but you also get a physical version. It's signed by me. Links in the description for that discount. Go practice 20. Oops. But we're going to be jumping right into this. Let's see what happens.
It's safe.
All right, somebody in our lane. Good job. So what we're doing here is that we're focusing on the after-action review process of crashes and close calls so that we can figure out what happened and that we can do the good thing and kind of remove some of the bad things and figure out what kind of factors led to the crashes and close calls. Typically speeding, typically failure to navigate corners or to see patterns in the road. So we're going to be talking about patterns. But right here, we have a corner coming up.
I hope you can learn something from this.
And then we have an uncommon thing in a common situation, which is headlights in our lane. So cars should not have headlights in our lane. I'm trying to get the pen out right now. So headlights in our lane. So what do we do? So we have to find an escape path. Okay, so we have to escape path. Now, as a motorcyclist, we have just like a narrow path right here. This is us right here. Cars are a little bit bigger. Cars take up the whole lane, as you can see right here with the car coming in our lane. And we only have this little small spot, which is great when it comes to escapes because we don't need to have a massive amount of room to swerve into. So what we can do is do exactly this. Okay, so old guy with a nice little dad hat, probably just got done golfing. But all we had to do is swerve over a little bit. There's no shoulder, so he did find a really good escape path. And so what we're trying to do when it comes to the plan method is something I developed based off of the OODA loop and a few other things. We're trying to put ourselves in a position for safety. We located this was a hazardous situation. This is a relevant threat, and we navigated the active one because he's actively about to kill us. So we put ourselves in a brand new position for safety. So it's just like the OODA loop. We're constantly going in a loop here. So we first start off in position, locate, assess, navigate. Okay, now we got to navigate back into a new position for safety. And for a position for safety, how do we get ourselves into one? Well, we want to find an escape path. We always want to have at least one. I really prefer having two because if one of them goes away, you have zero. So 2 is 1, 1 is none. We want to have good line of sight, and we want to have good space cushion. So what is a space cushion? Well, space cushion is basically an area where you're not going to be around anything. So thank you, Justin's Moto Vlogs, for 25 months. I appreciate that, being a member. So good job finding that escape. Now we're going to move on. All right, what do we have here? Oh, somebody in our lane too. What do you think is going to happen? So we got to find that escape path as best we can. Oh, we got a little side swipe. Not good. Oh, so when we talk about mechanism of injury, left side of the body got hit and then the right side of the body got hit. Thankfully, nothing crazy happened. It looks like he applied the brakes because he didn't go flying. So that's good. And if I sound a little weird, it's because I'm still overcoming a sinus infection. All right, so we're riding around. One second, I want to read what he said. He's about to crash right there. Pushed my luck on some quiet roads and found a strip of gravel through the middle of the lane. Okay. Ooh, nice little impacts. When we talk about, once again, mechanism of injury right here. You can screenshot that if you want. This is why we wear full gear, especially a full face helmet. Look at where his head went. So his face went right into the ground. So this is why you wear a full face helmet, to protect that jaw. So good on him, because you won't be able to put your hands in front of your face in time. So that would have been his face ripped off a little bit. Maybe a broken jaw. Oh, rookie mistake. Okay, was that a wide turn for that car? Yeah, kind of. In a parking lot, just kind of wait for people to do their things. He's doing a nice wide turn to get into that parking space. You don't want to pass people in parking lots. Just kind of wait. The way I kind of look at some of this stuff is that, real quick, just kind of like a little bit of a gee whiz information, something I just thought about. It's very easy to like go through like doorways. Let's say you're going to QT to grab yourself an energy drink. And there's a bunch of people coming in and out. Maybe 1 or 2 people coming in and out. When there's no one there, you open your own door, you go in. Not a big deal. But when there's like people coming in and out, everyone's like, okay, I'm going to wait for you. Okay, you open the door. It's like everyone's like confused. It's a transitionary process, basically. People are transitioning between inside and outside. There's only one entrance, blah, blah, blah. So during that transition, people are trying to do something, and it's very confusing. Nobody has like a right away, whatever. That's how I treat a lot of these things, that this is a transitionary process when it comes to parking and parking lots. So you just kind of wait until they're done with their thing, and then you go on. You wait till somebody opens the door and leaves, and you go in. You don't want to make decisions during that transition. You don't want to be a part of the transition. You want to wait for people to do their thing, then you do your thing. You do your thing, they do their thing. You open the door for them, they open the door for you. But there's a communication process during it. And during this whole situation, you just wait for them to do their thing and you move on. Okay, this is them going through the door, and then you wait for your turn to go through the door. Just wait. Just wait. Hopefully that made sense to you guys, but same thing with like merging areas on interstates, same thing with intersections. Just wait for this transitionary thing to take place, and then you go when it's your turn. So just wait for them to get in there. All right, so we're riding on the interstate.
Pretty big mistake.
Got a sharp left turn coming up.
Corner. But an even bigger mistake was not wearing the right gear, which could have made a big difference.
Yep. So how did I know it was gonna be a sharp left turn? And he's not wearing gear. So how did I know that? We got this sign right here. Sharp left turn coming up. Okay, it doesn't look like it.
Made a pretty big mistake.
Doesn't look like it right now, but that's gonna let you know, hey,
an even bigger mistake was
sharp left turn coming up. So if we're going super fast, this might be happening. We might be going a little too fast, going straight into the corner and crashing. So wearing full gear, part of the Smart Rider principles that I created is that this is what we try to follow. We also acquire and use personal protective equipment. See how his shoe flew off? He's rubbing his leg, probably feels some pain there, realizing now, I need to just kind of relax.
Not me. No.
So he's got road rash.
I was coming on.
You good?
I was coming on.
Wait, he's got the same shoes as him?
Car's over there.
What happened? You fell off the bike?
Of all things, look, that shoe right there,
What happened?
it's a Nike. He's got the same shoes, Nikes. Is that a common shoe?
You know bikes is replacement.
Of all things, of all situations, the person that helps you has the same shoes. I don't know. So crash, road rash. Don't go so fast in the corners.
You want to call anybody or you good?
And wear some gear. All right, so Jakey, here we go. Oh, wasn't paying attention, hit the curb. Wasn't paying attention, hit the curb. All right, let's see what happens.
He went down, bruh. No way. No way, bruh. No way, bruh. No way,
Okay, so
bruh.
part of remaining calm after a motorcycle crash. Try your best to remain calm. Call 911, tell someone to call 911.
Where's his key?
Ensure your own safety, so the fact he's on the side of the road, that's good.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
He's walking, that's good.
Bye. No, don't worry about the bike, man.
Oh, good. All right, why are you getting mad? Why is he getting mad? Ooh, now he got cut off. All right, so the guy was a little upset. So why, like, we're over here, we're gonna lane split. So how, we're going 100. I'm assuming that guy's going 100 too. But we cut in between to cut over. That guy was just doing a lane change. The guy's not gonna see you. He wasn't anticipating that. And I get it, you're getting mad because it's like your life is in danger, but you kind of put yourself in that situation. So to remove some of the anger, remove some of that, oh crap, I'm about to die. Don't put yourself in, oh crap, I'm about to die situations. Riding motorcycles is already dangerous in itself. Just kind of wait. Once again, that transitionary process. That person was going to switch lanes. Just wait until you have an open spot that's safe enough to do your lane change yourself. So escalating the situation by doing this, and the guy's just going to be like, all right, screw you then. Now we're going 65. Okay, so we're all speeding. Just relax. Okay. Hauling booty around the corners, having fun until that happens. Ooh, so that was a corner. Whoa. So this was a corner. As you can see, we hit the side of the wall. So going a little fast, maybe lost traction. Either way, high speed.
Overtaking a spot like this,
Not good.
safe, but on the other hand, the behavior of the driver in
So
the
sharp
front
left
is
turn,
more
but we're
dangerous.
kind of going slow. Not a big deal. Whoa, white car.
Situation.
So when stuff like that happens, I just let the idiot stay in front, because because I can navigate myself around idiots, but if they're behind me, they can come and hit me. There's a lot less things you can do.
Attention, because I knew something was wrong with the white car in front of us.
Okay, person's acting like an idiot. I wouldn't be too close. Give yourself a good space cushion between them. Okay, buddy passed. Okay, now what? This is why we talk on our cardos, little cardo units, to be like, all right, I'll catch up to you, but this guy's being an idiot. I can't really get to you right now. Okay, good. Passed. Get away from that. Oh, open lane pattern. You guys saw that? Open lane pattern. So what's happening here is this lane is moving quicker than this lane right here because this vehicle is slowing down. This person wants to turn left. They switch over. It's kind of like switching from one line that's moving quicker from one line that's moving slow to a quicker line. Like if you're waiting for a Starbucks or you're waiting for something, you're like, all right, I'm just going to switch over here. This one's moving quicker. The person's taking forever. So they switched over. So this lane is moving faster. So when we see this pattern where our lane is moving faster, somebody else isn't, they might switch over, especially if there's a big gap right here. So you do that too. You do that too when you're in this situation, but you typically do a head check on your motorcycle. So just be aware that people do what you do on the road. It's just that a lot of these people aren't doing their head checks. They got their license like 20 years ago. They just got in a habit of just doing things like this. So whenever you see that, just roll off the throttle, let them have it. Because the law of gross tonnage or the lug nut rule, they're going to win. They're going to hit you and you're going to fall. They're going to get like maybe a scratch on their car and they're going to keep going. Same thing right here. Another open lane pattern. They might switch over. Watch out. Sorry, guys. You guys hearing all my sniffles.
What did I do to you? What did I do? What the did I do to you?
Yeah, there's no real reason to be pissed off about a lot of that stuff. This is what people typically do. What is this part? Lane splitting. Okay, so this is the California Vehicle Code. It's legal. Yeah, they did change some stuff in California to do that. Arizona lane splitting is not legal. I think California is the only one. So Arizona, a few other states, lane filtering is legal. It's a lot different.
Splitting is fully legal in
So this right here is lane filtering.
Decided to show.
So it's lane filtering when it's at a stoplight. Two lanes that are both going the same direction. Not on a highway. Has to be under, I believe, 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour in Arizona. I have to double check that one. But all vehicles have to be stopped. And so that's legal in Arizona. So this is lane filtering. Lane splitting is when vehicles are actually moving.
Try not to escalate the
So
situation.
this is legal in Arizona and California.
Serious confrontations.
So that guy must be pissed that he got to the front. They get pissed in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, some people don't know it's legal still. And that's one of the problems with like these new laws, like lane filtering laws, like say in Arizona. And when I was just mentioning that people get like their driver's license like 20 years ago, is that nobody re-educates car drivers on new laws. So all of a sudden, like, lane filtering is legal, so motorcyclists are like, oh, cool, I'm keeping up with the law so I can actually lane filter. So then they start lane filtering, but then the car drivers don't understand the law. There's no education for that. So then the car drivers think, oh, they're doing something illegal, so they get pissed. When in reality, it's like now we have to educate the driver in real time, and it's very difficult to do that when they're pissed. So just be careful. If somebody's not going to let you do it, don't do it. It's not worth it. Your safety is more important than getting in front of the line. I get it. It's hot in Arizona. And I understand you want to do it, but just be careful. So he's wearing just a back protector. I fully recommend wearing full gear, but do what you need to do. It's better than nothing. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to get rear-ended either, but it's kind of uncommon. This right here is dangerous. It's a very uncommon thing to get rear-ended. I mean, you see it with cars all the time, but I always like to position myself a little bit differently. Um, I think one of the big things is that I don't want to dehydrate and like get nauseous and like lightheaded in the heat. So that's why I do it. But yeah, getting rear-ended sucks. I haven't heard or seen a lot of the motorcycle crashes and deaths and close calls happen to be on curves and intersections in terms of like left turners and stuff. So I'm more concerned about left turners. Oh, looped it. Nice sandals, buddy. Looking around, see if anybody saw it. Embarrassing. All right, just wear some gear. All right, here we go. Going around a corner. Oh, uncommon thing. Good job straightening the bike up from the turn, straightening the handlebars, and applying progressive brake pressure. That way you can stop. He didn't panic and slam the brakes in the middle of the turn and then dump the bike. So that was really good on this rider, having that situational awareness and then having the skill set to straighten the bike up. Okay, see, teacher, well, that sucks. You got rear-ended 2 days ago. Yeah, everyone has their opinion.
Here we've got a situation where the rider behind definitely didn't keep a safe distance, and just a moment of inattention was enough to end his ride in a spectacular way.
Oh, we kept our bike up though. They didn't. What's by talking on your cardo units? Hey, we're all turning right. Let's see if we can get 100 likes, everybody. Click that like button. Hit that subscribe button. All right, jam and ride. Here we go. All right, what do we got around this blind corner? You can't see anything. Oh, little kid and family. So line of sight is really important to have. Going around these corners, going nice and slow, just like this guy did, will help you out in a situation like this. All right, parking lots, there's the side of the vehicle, just like in the intersections. Oh, another side of the vehicle. Good job. Kind of navigating around it. Thankfully, everyone's going somewhat slow in parking lots. Here we go. Watch out, this person might be coming out. There's a side of the vehicle right there. Apply the brakes. Good job with the progressive brake pressure. Definitely wear some gear just in case, but this is one of those things where it's like side of the vehicle, line of sight. So line of sight is being obstructed by the truck driver. So right here is an intersection. So line of sight is being obstructed by that truck. And so we don't know who's coming out. At the same time, that driver that's coming out can't see us. So there we go. Now we can see. Now they're coming out. Now we start focusing our head towards that person. And then here's the slamming of the brakes. Thankfully, maybe ABS kicked in. Maybe he just reached real quick and then started applying progressive brake pressure. So when you apply that progressive brake pressure, what that means is that you apply a little bit. So you're starting to get that weight transfer to that front tire. You can apply more and more and more and more, because more weight on that front tire equals more traction. More traction equals better stopping power. And then once you have more traction, stopping power, you can actually start squeezing more and more and more and more and more and more quicker. And that way you can actually stop. So he stopped. What you really just have to do is slow down enough to allow this person to continue going. But thankfully he was able to stop. He wasn't going super fast. Now imagine if you're going really fast, you wouldn't be able to stop in time. So good job on this guy for not panicking.
Man.
But wear some gear just in case. Look at those road surface hazards right here. Oh, side of the scooter. Good job, nothing really happened. Okay, what do we got here? Using GPS on his phone, perfect. Oh, we got lights in our lane. Okay, so in this situation, it's kind of scary. Car Geek, welcome to the crew. It's kind of scary. We do have an escape to the right on the shoulder. So if we really had to, we could do that. But they're also thinking the same thing. They could also swerve right. So that'd be kind of scary. So one of the things here is that you want to pick your escape quickly. And once again, we only need this. So if we were like sitting here and then we're kind of like doing this, it's not going to give the driver up ahead an idea of where they should go. So if you can pick your spot quicker and stay there, they're going to start thinking, okay, that is where the motorcyclist is going to be. I can continue going down here. And this way you guys are telegraphing what's happening so people can make decisions. So pick your spot quickly, and that's part of planning your ride. Position for safety quickly, because you're locating, assessing, and navigating as quick as possible, but pick it as soon as possible. That way they can actually make a decision themselves. So we're over here on the side. They're like, okay, cool. I don't have to swerve around this person, because if we're like kind of doing this in this lane, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna swerve right, but then you're like, last second, I'm gonna swerve right too, and then we get hit. So pick your spot as quick as possible. Scary situation, because you don't know. It's unpredictable. Okay, we're going around a corner, blind. Whoa, we got cars backed up. So we don't know what's around these blind corners until we can see around those blind corners. So hauling butt around blind corners in an area like this can be dangerous, just because this could happen. So good job finding the escape and getting around it. But imagine if we were going a lot faster. Okay, you never know. You never know. Just enjoy the view. Enjoy the view. What do we got here?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Okay, yeah, for sure. I'm just on the way back home, actually. I just got it fixed yesterday, so I wanted to make sure the bars were okay. I'm going out to Fox Valley on Saturday, so I just wanted to make sure it was all right.
He's talking a lot.
Home.
I get a lot of complaints, and this is like a big enough bike to where it could be licensed.
Right. It is an electric one. Like I said, I wanted to make sure.
So electric bikes still have regulations, but I don't think a lot of states have caught up when it comes to registration and everything like that. Electric bicycles, you don't
Okay
really.
before I'm hitting like jumps and stuff, and the bars are all crazy on me.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you a hard time.
Okay.
And obviously you gotta ride. I'm not gonna let you push it or whatever. But
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it away.
sweet, man. All right. Well, not gonna keep you, man. Just be.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Well, thank you so much, Motostars, for putting these videos out. I appreciate it. Once again, we have a sale going on for the drill booklet, 20% off, links in the description. Go practice your parking lot skills, which is going to help you out your U-turns, figure eights, and get you bonded with your bike so you can know what it can and can't do. So then when you actually go out on the road, you have a lot more confidence when it comes to navigating parking lots and intersections and understanding your friction and throttle control. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you on the next live stream. All right. So we got that one, and we have another one. We have another video, guys. Whew. What do you guys think about that video? What did you guys learn from that one? Like one thing that you learned from watching those videos. Okay. I am realizing I am getting a little dizzy. Let me drink some water. Ah, I'm getting cut off. By water, I mean an electrolyte. Slow down, exactly, Andy Ross. Oh, my throat. Don't go fast in corners. Expect the unexpected. Oh, there's bad drivers everywhere. Anybody understand the bell curve? Anybody understand the bell curve? So, when it comes to average, this is basically average right here. That's basically the average. Okay. So if you're above average, you're kind of like over here or over here on the bell curve. Okay. So if you think that you're above average, that's kind of where you land. If you're top tier, you're over here. If you're like the dumbest person ever, you're over here. Okay. When it comes to intellect and whatnot. So when I look at the bell curve when it comes to drivers, the average driver is over here. Below average is all of these people. There's a lot of people below average. Slightly below average, a little bit above, below, like basically average is like all this right here. This is all average and below average. There's a massive percent of people, basically a lot of people that are below average when it comes to driving, which means they make a ton of mistakes. So good drivers, let's go ahead and get rid of all this. Good drivers are like right here. So when you think of good, basically a little bit above, like 15%. 15% of drivers are good or great. It means you're dealing with all of these people on the road. So this is why you see a lot of idiots. I had a lot more going on, but my brain is not working. So when I know when a lot of people think, "Oh, I'm above average," you know, that means 50% or more. It's like if you think you're good, you're really part of the 13.6%. So yeah, about 80% of the people on the road are not the greatest. Yeah, because this is average right here. This is average. How do you know if you're good? You don't have a lot of close calls. You definitely don't have a lot of crashes. You're able to anticipate a lot of stuff. You're able to anticipate a lot of rider and driver behavior. You understand that there's mistakes. You understand that there's people that aren't good, that they won't do head checks. So you actively do the things that you know are... You do the opposite of what is not good. Not necessarily you're good. You just you actually do your head checks. You actually check for rider behavior. You actually are cooperative in the road. A lot of people aren't. And so you're going to meet... Once you get to that 13%, where you're like good, you're going to realize 80% of the people are just really not that good. And so you start running into people making mistakes. You start running into people having close calls. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. I already thought about this. My brain is not working right now because I'm sick. Honestly, I think I have COVID. Oh, I just said that on stream, so YouTube's going to get rid of this. Do you make a living off of this or just a hobby? It was a hobby. Now I make a living off it. I've been doing this full time since 2018. 6 years. 6 years. Yeah, if this was just like a cold, it would have been gone like Thursday or Friday. If it was a flu, I would have had... Whenever I get the flu, I get like a stomach issue. Like I get nausea. But this has been weird. It's like, and like with the cold and the flu, like I'll just be miserable for like 3-4 days, just consistently miserable the whole time. But this one, mornings I feel okay. 2 hours into the day, I'm miserable. Like temperature regulation is out the window. Like I go outside and I can't handle even a little bit of heat, which I can handle a lot of heat really well. I love being outside, and I love putting myself, like, I'll go in the jacuzzi when it's 110 out. Like, I just love that feeling. No, George, I won't marry you. And then, but to, like, this, like, no energy. I'm eating, I'm drinking a lot of fluids. And like I'll have a fever like 2 hours into the day, but not when I wake up. It'll go away. Have a fever. Like every like 2 hours I'll have a fever. It'll go away for 2 hours, have a fever, go away. And then just like sweats. I'll just be sweating. I haven't done a nasal cleaning yet. I keep hearing about that. I hope it's not cancer. I've had that before. Skin cancer, but I don't think it is. I went to Vegas last weekend, so that could have been the issue. I didn't drink. I had 3 drinks over 2.5-3 days. Am I pregnant? It could, yeah, you know what? No, I haven't been getting morning sickness. I can smell and taste. That's one of the things. I don't have that symptom. Yeah, I got a cruise coming up. I don't want to be sick. But yeah, I've been isolating all week. John, time. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, electrolyte. Brondo. Yeah, cancer is a big fear of mine because as a firefighter for 11 years, I've been exposed to a lot. I actually had a pesticide and herbicide factory fire that I went on. I think my second year in, so I think it was like 2009, and my gear smelled like pesticides and herbicides. I had to I washed it twice. So like I got called in emergency, so we had 100 firefighters on the fire. Let's turn that down. 100 firefighters on the fire. It was like 120 degrees outside. Everyone only lasted like 15 minutes fighting the fire because of the heat outside and the hard work. But everybody's gear got exposed. It was in my in-between shifts. So I went to shift the next day. And it was my job at a slower station. Like, we collected everyone's gear. And it was my job to wash. I think I washed 20 or 30 turnout the gear twice. So like, not only did I get exposed to that, but I was washing everybody's gear. So I have an exposure report. But the certain pesticide and herbicides that were part of that can cause rectal cancer and like bone cancer. So I'm keeping an eye on it. Keeping an eye on that. And that was 2009. So yeah, almost 20 years. It was 15 years ago. So why am I not a firefighter anymore? I did it for 11 years. This I resigned end of May 2018, and I was doing like tip videos and whatnot, and I was making half my salary at the time. And I realized just with a lot of the stuff I've seen and did, on top of this was an option. Just started doing this full time. I could stay home, grow a beard, and like on like a shift, I'd probably help out. I think I would help out like 10 people. And at the time, I was getting like hundreds of comments like a week on the channel about how I helped them out and whatnot. So it's like I felt like I could help more people doing this with my time than I could being a firefighter. I do miss it though. I do. I'm happy that I'm not doing it anymore. But if I stayed in, I could retire with 20 years on. Because I was a tier 1 firefighter, which is a 20-year retirement. I could retire in 3 years from now. But it's like, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. Did you ever administer Narcan on your calls? Or that at the time we had Narcan. I've seen it. I wasn't able to do it. I was an EMT, so the paramedics did. We had our own version of Narcan before it became commercialized. And that stuff is insanely, like, it works. It works. Like, we would use it on obviously overdose calls. And so I would say probably like a dozen or 24 calls we've used it. And the person is completely zonked out, agonal breathing, like, like, cause they're like dying. Boom, right in the nose. Within like 5 minutes, instantly woke up, was like, what the heck? And half of them would be so pissed that you ruined their high. half of them would be so pissed, like wanting to fight because you ruined their high. And then we're like, well, like this is very quick acting, so it's gonna also be quick going away, and you still have the drugs in your system. You need to go to the hospital because you're gonna overdose once this stuff goes away. And so then they would go to the hospital. But Narcan is insane. So if you do, here's the thing: if you have, let's say you have a family member or a friend that lives with you, like a roommate, that is constantly using narcotics, like pills, whatever, and you care about them. Now that Narcan is, I think it might be over the counter, like at Walgreens and whatnot. Just keep some, just in case. That stuff will instantly wake them up. But you need to still call 911 because it's going to go away, and they need to get like definitive care, especially if they overdose. Highly recommend it. So Narcan, yeah, but also like drunk people in an ER vehicle with oxygen, they get it. Yeah, so Narcan, what it does, it doesn't like get rid of the narcotic in their system. It's I'm trying to like explain it in more medical terms. So let's see if I can do a roundabout way of doing it. So, anybody understand carbon monoxide poisoning? So if not, so what you have is hemoglobin in your blood, and hemoglobin basically attaches oxygen. Like oxygen attaches the hemoglobin, which oxygenates your blood, which oxygenates your brain because the blood goes to your brain. So you get oxygen. Carbon monoxide has shoot. My brain's not working. Carboxyhemoglobin. There you go. Carboxyhemoglobin. So what it does is carbon monoxide attaches to the hemoglobin more readily and quickly than oxygen. So that's what carbon monoxide does, is it basically starves your body of oxygen because carbon monoxide attaches to the hemoglobin more readily and quicker than oxygen. So then oxygen can't attach to the hemoglobin, which makes it so that you can't have oxygen in your blood. So when it comes to narcotics, it goes and attaches to things in your brain, it attaches to certain receptors, and that causes you to have a downregulated system. So what Narcan does is just like carbon monoxide, where it attaches to those receptors and it blocks the ability for narcotics to attach. So you still have it in your system, but the Narcan will attach there, so then the narcotic can't attach. And so that's why it quickly knocks you, well, it does knock you out, and it quickly awakens you because now narcotics aren't attaching and doing what it's supposed to be doing, but the Narcan will kind of go away and then it'll start coming back up. So it's a barrier. There you go. So it creates a barrier. That would have been better to say, Ivan. I was trying to make it. So it creates a barrier. So if you really want to put it out that way, Narcan is like a condom. So anyways, but it goes away. Yeah, you don't want to like jam a ton of Narcan because they also want to throw up. They also want to throw up right after, which whenever the paramedic was about to give Narcan, I'd get a vomit bag out because most of the time they want to throw up. Yeah, the condom goes away too. Wow, I'm a little loopy today from this sickness that I got. Ugh. All right, guys, we're gonna get any other questions. So can you do a volunteer thing? I don't know if that's big in your areas. It is. There is some volunteer opportunities to me. But I've decided to volunteer and do my acts of service for the community in other ways. So I've become more involved in the church. And so like I'm a part of the safety team, which I actually just been getting a lot of text messages and emails about some new assignments. So I'll show up to church and I'll basically be a hall monitor for 2 hours, checking for snakes and doing a bunch of other things. And I have my own trauma kit and everything just in case there's active shooters, anybody get injured. So I do my own acts of service for the community in that way. I consider this as an act of service to the community, the motorcycle community. Thankfully, I get paid for it. That way I can continue doing it. But charity work itself, I like to do a lot of charity work. At least narcotics have an antidote, CO. You need O2 and a lot of time. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, we're going to get age restrictions. I'm all talking about. But I'm talking about how to prevent. Yeah, I love public service is the main driver of what I do for everything. My love language and a few other things, acts of service. I truly believe I was put on this earth to serve the greater community. There's a few things that I do for myself that I enjoy, but I even treat that as a service in of itself. I don't know if you guys know anything about the internal family system when it comes to psychology. I have my own internal family system. I have a child, a teenager, a 20-year-old, a father role, and then myself. And then above that is, I don't want to get too religious here, but Jesus. And so when it comes to my internal self, who I am fully integrated, I like to serve my inner child, serve my inner teenager, serve my 20-year-old, serve my father role. So when it comes to like taking care of myself, I still treat it as service. Yeah, Filmers United, I agree. But that's one of the things is that my role as a safety team member at church, it allows everyone else to feel confident that there's somebody there that can, or not confident, confident, and it lets them feel safe and secure so they can do some stuff, do what they're doing. And so it's great to have that role. So, yeah, we're going to get started in here. Thank you guys for showing up on a Saturday, by the way. I'm just trying to hydrate right now before we get into this next one, because that last video kind of took a lot of energy from me. So thank you guys for hanging out. When it comes to, what time is it? 11:48. Okay, I got a meeting at 1:30. So in about 45 minutes. No. An hour and 45. So you're writing Indian Chief in one of your videos. How did you like it? I love I love all the Indians. I like the Chieftain and the Roadmaster a lot. The Roadmaster is a little big, but if I was ever going to do a long distance highway riding with a passenger or, with a passenger, I'd do the Roadmaster. If I was just going to, what was the one I liked? I really liked, it wasn't the Chieftain. I want to say it was the Chieftain. What's the Indian that has the front fender that's not attached to the handlebars? Like the headlight console module, whatever. I can't even, honestly, guys, I can't think of terms right now. I'm really surprised I'm able to do this live stream today. What's the model that doesn't have it attached to the handlebars? The Indian. That's the one I liked. I don't live in the U.S. currently in Navy Station in Japan, and that's one thing I really appreciate, not hearing unneeded gun violence. Yep. The Challenger. Poison Ivy, thank you. I really loved the Challenger. I think if I had to pick a bigger bike that, like for in town, even on highway, I'd pick the Challenger. That thing rode so smoothly. I really like the Challenger. The Challenger and the Roadmaster. Those are the two. But I got a new I got a new Honda Rebel 500. The Honda Rebel 500 is really nice. Can't wait to start riding. Man, let's see if we get 200 likes. We're going to get started. at 200 likes. We're just kind of chatting. I'm trying to get some of my energy back. So I bought a Honda Rebel last month. Started working on the website last month, and we're finishing it up this week. And every week I've been wanting to film. I've been wanting to do stuff, but they had to do some stuff in the office. They patched up some doors, so I'm able to do some more decorations, but it's like it's all a mess right now. And I was gonna start filming Unit 1, the gear section for the new academy this week, and then I got sick, and then so like hopefully next week I can start filming Unit 1. So I want to get helmet, jacket, pants, gloves, and boots done, and then do the safety checklist video. And then I have a Cardo Pack Talk Pro video to do. I think I'll do that with the helmet video. And then the Rebel is going to be utilized for the whole video series. So all the trainings for the videos, I'll be doing that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then I got some rescue stuff. So like this next week, which sucks because like I've been gone this whole week. And the next week I'm gonna be gone too. And then I just got a lot of stuff. Really working hard. I see a lot of KLRs on here. I haven't seen a lot of KLRs on the videos, but I had a KLR for a while. All right, guys, we're starting to lose some people here. All right, I think I got enough time, enough energy. So we're going to start this video. We're going to be talking about some crashes and close calls. We do have, I think, this right here. Let's see. We're going to talk about this part right here. Not good. Love the music, though. All right. How soon after a minor concussion should you ride? Second concussion ever. It's been 10 days. Only issues are the occasional headache. Can't lay. Smee, that's not good. Post-concussive syndrome is a real thing. Post-concussive syndrome. Okay. So yeah, this is where you start having some issues. And the problem with post-concussive syndrome, okay, this is not helping out a lot right here. Let's see. I think it's 2 weeks or 8 weeks. 2 to 8 weeks. Let's see. So right after a concussion, you have a greater chance of having another concussion, which can cause death. And so you might, let's see. How soon after? So post-concussive syndrome, you want to take some time off, dude. You definitely want to take some time off. Yeah, you want to take some time off. If you're having issues, headache, laying down, sometimes I forget words, you just might want to take some time off. Can the other concussion appear like after some time? Your brain is still healing. Yeah, you're getting anxious about the bike. Yeah, keep babying yourself. Yeah, Lord Raisin, exactly. Yeah, I remember it was like 2 to 8 weeks. All right, guys, we're going to get started here. We're going to start this. And I'm just going to talk about the after action review, and then I'll bring this in as an ad, like a little bit in. All right, so 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. We're going to go over some crashes and close calls for MotoStars. The whole goal here is to help new riders understand what can and can't happen when you're out riding. So a lot of these things are kind of like negative, but the goal is to use the after-action review process to figure out what happened, how it happened, and then do some skill sets so that we can prevent them for ourselves. So actually watching these things will put you in the mindset of, hey, I'm not going to do that, or hey, I'm going to do this instead. So this is the whole goal of this. So we're going to learn from it. This is an educational thing. If you want to just watch the crashes, just go to MotoStars.
We are starting a situation that shows the next.
So group rides, little mob rides, a little bit dangerous.
Can put almost the whole group.
Let's see what happens. They seem to be riding staggered. So that right there is why I don't do group rides, because there's always an idiot that wants to show off.
Wow.
And will cause an accident.
Jeez.
Everyone was riding staggered though. I mean, for the most part, so that was pretty good. But we have a dum-dum.
Oh.
So when it comes to riding in groups,
Audio.
right? Oh, that was interesting. So,
Oh. Hey, Cardo, mute audio.
so if you guys want to grab yourself a Cardo Packdock unit, Packdock Edge, you can actually tell your Cardo unit to stop audio, which is pretty good. You don't have to fumble with the sides. Link in the description for 10% off. All right, another mob ride, another crash. This is why having a rescue pack or a rescue kit and understanding what rescue can do. You want to stop any major bleeds, but also remain calm. The main thing here is ensure your own safety so you don't become part of the accident. Miguel, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. All right, side of the vehicle. So when we're talking about what we can and can't do, and like kind of realizing and watching these things so that when we go out on the road, we understand kind of what's happening. Part of it is planning your ride and positioning for safety, locating the hazard situations, assessing and navigating. But how do you locate hazard situations? Well, intersections are a dangerous place for motorcycles, motorcycle riders, and curves also. Bear with me, I'm a little sick today. And then also recognizing patterns. So what we have here is an intersection, and the way we can really tell is that we have a side of the vehicle here. That's a pattern. So side of the vehicle, open lane pattern, and a few other things like that. Looking at signs are different patterns. So when we see side of the vehicle, we have to do something. So back to plan. We're already in a position. We located this hazard situation. We assessed if this was a relevant threat, and now we're going to navigate because it's an active one, because it is in our path of travel. So we started to navigate to put ourselves in a brand new position for safety. So position for safety is good space cushions, good line of sight, and then also having a minimum of one guaranteed escape route. So having 2 escape routes, one of them can kind of go away based on the situation. So 2 is 1, 1 is none. If you guys understand anything about survival and all that stuff. So good job navigating around. So if you ever see a vehicle like that, this is kind of one of those situations where we're learning from somebody else and what we can do. It's pretty good. Our R1 goes against sand patch on twisties. Okay, so road surface hazards. Look at the group here. Now, if somebody makes a mistake or if somebody like applies the brakes a little too hard, we don't have a lot of good space cushions in between all of us. I highly recommend maybe 1 or 2 people on a curve at a time. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think maybe a 6 at the other side of the curve. If you guys are really good, cool. But once again, we have some sand, so let's see what happens. So the other 2 almost crashed too, but we crashed. Look at that, almost, and then we hit. This is why having those space cushions nice and wide, so if somebody does crash, there's plenty of time for us to navigate these new situations, and so we don't crash into each other. So go ahead and spread out. Talk to yourselves on the cardos. Keep in touch that way.
It's really
all right.
hard.
Lane splitting by motorcycles illegal in California. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's a lane splitting law.
Intentional blocking, brake checking, and unnecessary aggression are definitely not the way to go.
Okay. So we don't typically talk about road rage on this channel because road rage is more of an emotional problem when it comes to other drivers or even ourselves. And so I like to focus mainly on the cognitive and the physical aspect of riding. So when it comes to the emotional aspect of riding, it's more of a framework change in terms of, hey, we need to be happy that we're on a motorcycle. So he's getting upset. Oh. So law of gross tonnage, he's going to win that. So the main thing here is just kind of like setting yourself back, relaxing, realizing we're on a bike, we're having a good time, not a big deal, there's no rush. Fear usually drives a lot of this stuff, so why are you fearful? So having this awareness of your internal monologue is important, and that's not something that I teach too much here. It's something that I've had to learn through life experience, so I focus mainly on the rider skills. All right, so there's that side of the vehicle pattern. Good job navigating that. So we have a line of sight issue on this part right here. So they can't see us and we can't see that car turning out. So when we do this, we're going to do a head check. That person didn't see us. So they anticipated, hey, this person's turning right. I'm going to turn left. Not a big deal. So when we get into this situation, there's not much this car driver's going to do. They're going to either just gun it or stop. They don't really want to stop because they're in the path of travel. So they're going to gun it to get out of other vehicles' ways. So we're kind of stuck. So what can we do? We can do good progressive braking and emergency braking. So this is what's considered a red stage maneuver. If you don't know what red stage is, it's part of the MTC awareness stages. So yellow stage, we're zoned in. Orange stage, we kind of alert to something here. Red stage, that we have to actually do something. That's part of plan. That's why it's color coded. So red stage, we have to navigate. Orange stage, we're locating, assessing all the time. And then yellow stage, we're just constantly putting ourselves in a good position for line of sight, space cushions, and escape routes. So when we see this emergency braking or emergency swerving, so a part of emergency swerving sometimes, or not emergency swerving, part of a red stage maneuver is emergency braking, emergency swerving, or emergency acceleration to get yourself out of there. So let's take a look at this. So he's going to see it. He's going to see it. And then he had to swerve out of there. So once again, you could do multiple things, especially on a motorcycle. So emergency swerving is pretty good on this one. Got himself out of there. But once you get past this and you emergency swerve, you notice how we're still in this, we're in the turn lane now. We want to get ourselves back into our lane and then slow it back down. Because we did accelerate hard. We want to get ourselves back to the flow of traffic or the speed limit and back into our lane, which is exactly what he does. So handled the situation really well. Loved it. So once again, we're trying to learn from somebody else's mistakes or somebody else's situation that was brought upon them. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. So I didn't blur that. Somebody else did.
This rider admitted that he and his passenger got way too confident on the bike.
Way too confident. So she...
Now
a lot of people are like, oh, she didn't hold on. She didn't do this. You guys ever accelerate on your motorcycle and like felt like you're about to fly off? And the only reason why you didn't is because you're holding on to the handlebars and gripping the tank with your knees. So she only has so much seat, basically, in those tiny little pegs. So it hit a bump, and then he looks like he's accelerating and lifting that front tire, so there's a hard acceleration. Her hand's already slipping, and then she falls off. And so she doesn't have full gear. You don't have full gear. She probably just hit the rear tire right here. Let's see if we can get it right on the frame. All right. Sorry, lady and dude. We're going to have to get a thumbnail here. We're going to have to get a thumbnail. Okay. We had to get a thumbnail. That does not look good. So, we're talking about mechanism of injury on this part. Look at her neck. Look at her back. Road rash all along here. When you're the motorcycle rider, the guy, and you have a passenger here, you're responsible for this. You're in control, so therefore you're responsible. And so I do not let anybody on my bike that doesn't have full gear. Now, if I'm fully responsible and I want somebody on my bike and they don't have gear, I'm buying an extra set of gear. And so what that means, I'm not going to buy like 10 different sizes of gear. It's like I'm very careful and I'm very picky on who gets to be on my bike, because I'm only going to buy one set of gear, maybe two, depends. So, not good. Not good. She's probably really upset, hopefully not
This
injured
rider
too
admitted
hard
that he
or
and
too
his
bad.
passenger got way too confident on the bike, and this incident gave them a lot to think about.
Oh. Would you just no titty witty? That's disgusting. All right, here we go. Oh, looped it. Okay. Practicing. Looks like a pretty abandoned road for the most part.
Okay, the rear brake wasn't strong enough.
I'm good with that. Okay.
Bike is messed up.
Hey, he's pretty calm about it. That's pretty good. Gnats. Here we go. Oh. Keep it up.
Let go of the confrontation, but it's important to note that he didn't take out of his anger on the driver, he just exchanged some words.
So he didn't take his anger, hand gestures to demand to pull over. You can't really demand anything from anyone else. That's... Yeah. So anyways, we're coming up to here. Let's go and take a look. So we're riding around, having some fun. Line of sight issue, you can't see the car until now. You assume that they're going to stay in their lane. They're going to continue going. But once again, we have an intersection here. You don't know. This is going to be an orange stage situation where it's like, what's going on? Don't really know. Kind of slow it down. Who knows what they're going to do? We get up to here. We start applying the brakes. Trying to slow it down. Once again, it comes to the plan method. So what do? We're trying to slow it down to buy ourselves some time. Maybe we can swerve left. We don't see any other vehicles over here. So we have an escape path right here. This person's obviously going this way. We don't want to continue going this way because this is where the collision can happen. So we want to do something. Okay, so applying the brakes will slow us down to buy ourselves some time to make a decision. Got lucky. So thankfully we did some braking. But this is one of those situations where it's like, okay, cool. Now we're out of the situation. Let's get ourselves back on the road. Did well. Just continue going. So the fact that he couldn't let it go is not a good situation. You don't want to do this whole thing. I keep saying situation. Here we go. Sorry, I'm a little sick today.
Speed, and with such limited visibility, the biker could only rely on luck.
Oh dear. So not much you can do in that situation. So if you do want to practice some parking lot drills on that cell phone right there, what you can do is actually get the physical drill booklet, which is on sale right now for 20% off. So this is the physical version. But when you get this, and I'll ship it out to you, you'll get a digital version on your phone so you can practice your parking lot drills, all the fun little designs right here. You'll have it right there. It's 20% off. But if you want to just get the digital version, I have that. I believe it's only $15 right now, unless there's a sale going on. Check it out. Links in the description.
Have my lunch, sit my couch, and watch.
Oh, jeez. Got very lucky. Very lucky.
See what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
See, I have a microphone.
What?
I have a microphone. Okay, side of the vehicle.
Nope.
One sec. I want to see this. So
See, I have.
So he's talking about his microphone. He's doing a motovlog. So this person is already coming out. They're already doing that. We were focused on, hey, we have a microphone. That's where he's pointing. So when it comes to motovlogging and a few other things, is what I noticed when I was motovlogging is that it does take a lot of energy and it takes a lot of your focus away from riding itself. This is why when I was motovlogging that I wasn't on roads that had a lot of traffic, and I would have to like cut and edit a lot of things because there'd be sections of road where I had to focus, not talk, and then I'd have to re-edit. Sorry. And then like do some things. So it is a little dangerous. This is why I switched to a version of motovlogging where I'm actually talking about traffic and teaching traffic while I'm doing it, because I'm actually focused on traffic and focused on doing things. So I changed my motovlogs to be in line with focusing on traffic. But we were distracted by talking here. We had a vehicle up here. They're already doing it. So we would have seen that ahead of time if we weren't talking about whatever it is we're talking about. So normally this wouldn't have been a big deal because we would have slowed down and it wouldn't have been an issue. So just be aware that when you're actually like talking and like maybe to your buddies on a cardo or you're doing a motovlog or you're doing whatever, is that you're still on the road with traffic. You're still on the road with traffic. So what that means is that you're distracted. You're distracted from actually focusing on safety because you're doing something else. And that's what we call white stage. Okay, we're zoned out. We're zoned out of what we're trying to be doing here. And that's part of, once again, the MTC awareness stages. So you want to be zoned in to the traffic. You want to be zoned into road behavior. You want to be zoned into your ride itself, not story time. Okay. If you're going to do story time and you're going to do motovlogs, you're going to do whatever it is that, like talking with your buddies, pick an area that has less risk to do stuff.
Nope.
All right, side of the vehicle. Good job swerving. Handled it. Look forward, look forward, look forward. Good job. Slow it down. Get back into the lane if you need to. Or check your pantalones. Got a little poo-poo. Got a little scared. Yeah. A little scary. I would get out of the roadway, though. A little scary. So let's go take a look at that. So we're coming up to here. We have a side of the vehicle popping out. So he's reaching over for the brakes. But we have to do something because we're not going to be able to stop in time. Our total stopping distance isn't going to be enough. So we perceived react and we have to start braking. But since we're traveling at a decent speed, we're not going to stop in time before colliding. So we're going to have to do a red stage maneuver and swerve to the left because we have an escape path over there, which is in the center lane. So good job swerving. Very close. Thankfully, they weren't turning left. They're turning right. So now, once you pass them, go ahead and look forward because there could be road surface hazards or another vehicle ahead of you. And if you do need to take a break, take a break. But I would take a break probably like over here on the side of the road, not in the middle of the road. But yeah, if you need to take a break, take a break. You don't want to be amped up because when you start riding, that's when the negative emotions can come in because survival instinct kicks in. Typically when people are trying to survive, they fight, which is an anger response, which makes it so that you're riding around angry, and that's not good. Uh-oh, where's some gear, please?
Where it looks like the driver blinded by the sun completely.
Look at the road just like bouncing, hitting
rider.
potholes. Oh, geez. There's the impact. Should I, let's see. No, he's walking. So, once again, open book fracture. Traumatic open book fracture. Do not Google it. But what happens with a traumatic open book fracture is that when we T-bone something, we start sliding up onto the dash, like our body. So our pelvis hits the gas tank, hits the dash module, hits the handlebars, and what do you think opens up? So, traumatic open book fracture. This is how you can get one. Boom, right there, because you go up and over. Some fleshy bits get hurt. Grom squatch. Okay. Oh, okay. Not an issue. Not an issue. You guys emerged at the same time. They shouldn't have done it, but... Oh, anybody gonna go wide? Yeah. Yep. This is why I like lane position 2. So I like to use the numbers because left, center, right is whatever. 1, 2, 3. I like lane position 2 going around in corners because if a car, so this car is right here, right? But if a car decides to be here, like the one coming up, it takes out lane position 1, but we still have a space cushion. That's an H. It's not really a good space cushion. We still have a space cushion between this vehicle and us if we're staying in position 2. If we're in lane position 3, we could have all this road debris and not much of a space cushion between the road debris. So I like lane position 2 a lot because It gives me the option to swerve right. It gives me an option to swerve left. And I'm away from traffic that does this. I'm away from all the debris right here. And I just continue staying through here. A lot of people are like, well, you know, don't go in lane position 2. And I'm going to get this in the comments. I get it every single time I talk about this. People are always saying, that's where the oil is. That's where all the oil is. Yes, at intersections. When you are driving your car and when you're riding your motorcycle, when you're on the road, just look ahead of you. On the main road, like you're riding, same thing in the mountains, in the curves, just not the intersections, just on the normal road. Do you see a ton of oil in the roadway? Now, sometimes you'll see it here and there because maybe there's an accident and whatnot. But do you see a ton of oil in the roadway? Now, compare like that section for when you get up to an intersection. You will see a lot of oil in an intersection, but not on the main roadways like this. I don't see any oil. There's no oil here. But you'll see it at intersections. Now, think of a little bit more critical thinking. Why do you see a ton of oil in lane position 2 at intersections, but not here? It's because cars are stopped at intersections, and that's where they drip. They drip. Let's say a vehicle drips all the time. Let's say a vehicle has 1 droplet per mile. Let's just say that. Well, if you're stuck at an intersection, you have 1 droplet every minute, and there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of cars stopped at intersections, you're going to have lots and lots of drops. But if you have a drop every mile on a main road, you're going to have a drop here and there, but you're not going to have a pool of oil. So when I'm out riding on roads, I'm not worried about a drop every mile. When I'm at an intersection, I don't want to be in lane position 2 because there's a puddle of it. So on roads like this, going through corners and going on straightaways, lane position 2 isn't just filled with oil like you see at intersections. So I stay in lane position 2. Now I move if I see a road surface hazard or debris. I'll move to lane position 1 or 3 or whatever. But lane position 2 is my pretty normal when it comes to curves and straightaways. At intersections, I'm in lane position 1 or 3. I'm off to the sides because of the oil, and also it puts me in a lane filtering position. So if anybody wants to rear end me, they'll hopefully rear end the person in front of me, maybe clip my leg. But this is why I also lane filter in Arizona. So do some critical thinking before you start saying, don't do lane position 2 on corners because of all the oil. Next time you go out driving, take a look at the intersection. Take a look at the road and notice that there's not much oil, if at all. Look at where's the oil? The road looks normal. Now, hopefully we can see a video of an intersection and you'll see the difference. Oh, came out of nowhere. Good job braking. Straightening up the handlebars to apply the brakes. Very good. A little bit of a panic. Good job Flintstoning it back. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about when it comes to the oil. You see the discoloration in the middle? That's oil, yes. There's no oil, no oil, no oil, oil. Okay, this is lane position 2 right here at intersections. So when you're out riding and driving on the main roads, the whole road looks like this part right here. You see the discoloration at intersections pretty much only because that's where cars stop and just start dripping. Cars are going to drip. The ones that drip oil are going to drip oil while they're driving, while they're stopped, whatever. But the reason why you have so much is at intersections because they're stopped and they're just constantly dripping in that one spot. And all cars pretty much just drip in that one spot too because they're all stopped. But the main part of the road, whenever you're riding around on lane position 1, 2, and 3, it looks like this. Looking both ways. What's happening here? Oh, geez, it came out of nowhere. came out of nowhere. Yeah, dude, what's up? Okay. Once again, look at the road. Where's all the oil? It's because nobody stopped. Where's all the oil? Okay, so we have somebody merging. Very good. Handled it. That's an intersection. Roundabouts are intersections. So watch out for anybody coming in your lane. Can't see much here. Do you think off-road riding experience like motocross would make you better being able to handle situations when things get loose on the road? Yes. Yes. When you do motocross or any off-road riding, you get used to having low traction, less traction, so you know what to do. You don't slam the brakes. You understand the bike's dynamics, how it's going to correct itself. So when you're out on the road and you start losing traction, you have a trained habit of not slamming the brakes. And so it's actually good. It's an adjacent training. It's a cross training. So I highly recommend anybody that does any road riding to do a little bit of off-road riding, even for just fun. And you'll just get better at both. One of them will teach you a little bit about the other one. One of them will teach you about the other one, and you just become a better rider overall.
What's the point in coming up alongside me and trying? You were alongside me back there, mate.
Okay, what do we got here? Whoa, lightning strike. Woo! Close call. Here we go. What do we got here? Side of the vehicle. Okay, side of the vehicle. Not the biggest of deals. Okay, open lane pattern maybe? Or we're all merging. So merging areas, watch out for interstate. I think the trio was struck by lightning. Side of the vehicle, side of the cop car. Cop shouldn't have done that. So, once again, people do stupid things. You see how there's no oil right here? Anyways, good job merging. Okay, what do we got? Oh no, are they gonna take off? Let's see. If they take off, it should break right here. Should break off right there. That's what they're designed to do. Let's see what happens. Oh, so yeah. I wasn't gonna say it was a woman, but oh, people merging into each other. One sec. This music. Sorry, guys. You notice how there's no oil on the road? I just want to make that a point. Look at, there's no oil. Unless like a vehicle like damaged the oil pan and whatnot and it just started leaking everywhere. There's no oil. This music, I swear. Side of the vehicle. Okay, don't have to accelerate into it. You don't have to put yourself in that situation. People do that. Oh, that was close. That was close. Once again, everybody, thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. We were doing a Saturday one. I was a little sick this week. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on this video. But once again, lane position 2 is great. You only really see oil on intersections, so go ahead and do lane position 2 on those corners so that we have space cushions left and right, and that way you can have good visibility. Don't speed around those corners. Take things easy. Enjoy the ride. And if you want to grab yourself a Smart Rider Drill booklet, they are on sale right now till Friday of next week. 20% off. Go practice 20. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next live stream. All right, everybody. Woo-wee. I'm very impressed that I actually made it through this whole live stream without passing out because I am exhausted. Do you have to get a motorcycle license in USA? Do you have to take an MSF course? What more? I live in Norway, and I assume here it's different. So you can just go to the DMV. That is not. There we go. You have to go to the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, or Department of Transportation, whatever, and get a permit, and then take a written and a practical test to get your license, which is basically an endorsement on top of your driver's license. That's one way of doing it, but you can take like in a course like an MSF or total control or whatever that is endorsed by the state to get your endorsement. But it's I don't want to say it's easy, but it's not comprehensive when it comes to getting that stuff. Like, so for Arizona, you can be 16 and what was it? 15 and 6 months, and you can get a permit, and you can get a permit for your motorcycle too. And when you turn 16, you can get your endorsement for your motorcycle if you just take the written and the practical version. You have to have your guardian or parent sign off on it, and then you basically have it. Like, that's it. Like, it's not much. You just have to do some U-turns, straight line weaves, know how to stop and swerve, and that's pretty much it. But if you take an MSF, it's a 2-day course and whatnot. I know other countries it's more comprehensive. And that's one reason why I do this, is because a lot of the education that we have here, you don't have to do much. And so, like, I'm trying to fill in the blanks on a lot of that stuff. Yeah, so in Poland, you have 20 hours of practice with an instructor before doing the exam. That's kind of what the MSF is. The MSF is 16 hours of in-person with an instructor, and then you do like a 2-hour online course, so it's like maybe 18 hours. But it's not much. It's not much. So it's, yeah, you don't have to do much. And I'm trying to I'm trying to fill in the blank. Trying to fill in the blank when it comes to like, well, road strategy, how to rescue yourself or someone else after a crash. Here's some common riding scenarios you're gonna get yourself into. Like, that's why we watch a lot of these videos, and I'm just trying to like fill in the blanks for a lot of that stuff. And I think that's why this channel is doing so well, and what I do is well received. If it was up to me, I wish I would be put out of a job if there was better requirements. But at the same time, I don't want to be out of a job. So that's kind of where I'm at. So the online course that I'll be doing, it's not 20 hours. My goal is to keep the whole course, all 5 things. So Smart Rider Principles, those are also training verticals. My whole goal is to keep it under 2.5, 3 hours. So that way it's just, here's the information, but I want you to spend at least 10x what we're doing here in practice. So the goal is to get about 20, 30 hours of practice. But the practice also involves you actually going out riding. Figure 8s times 6, slow slaloms, fast slalom, avoiding obstacle of 50 kilometers an hour, and the minimum 25 minutes driving the city. Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at when it comes to the course. So figure 8 times 6, like, the course involves the easy modules, or I'm sorry, the easy exercises of the drills. So that's kind of like just here, let me show you. I love the 2-pole run a lot. So they're lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. But the 2-pole run, it's this one right here. So look how many U-turns you're actually doing in one exercise. You have that first one, you have a second one, and you have a third one right here. So in one exercise, you're doing 3 U-turns. And if you do that 5 times, that's 15 U-turns in like 5 minutes. 8 minutes. And so you're really practicing that U-turn. And then same thing with, I really like the bootlace exercise, but the ADOs. So like you're doing a figure 8 and a U-turn. If you do that 5 times, that's 5 figure 8s, 5 U-turns. This one's a fun one, the snake. I'm designing a lot of these that don't have 2 exits now. But you have a decreasing radius U-turn. You do 2 U-turns there. And then the lefty-loosey, righty-tighty ones. So that's basically mirrored. So you're doing a wide U-turn on this first one, a shorter U-turn, and a very short U-turn. So you do 3 different kinds of U-turns in one exercise, 15 U-turns. I left my cough drops at home. And so the goal is to, like, during the academy, it's going to do the easy ones. So you're doing so many U-turns in a fun, fast way, figure 8s in a fun, fast way. And then, doing straight line weave and all that other stuff. And then the course will bring you into, like, common riding scenarios and how to ride, like in neighborhoods, in town, mountain, highway, and all that stuff. And so it's really kind of like me bringing you along on the journey so that I'm kind of like the instructor with you. Obviously, don't watch it when you're riding, but it'll at least give you the information so you can do that. Do I ship the drill booklet to Norway? No, I don't have the drill booklet to Norway, the physical version, but there's a digital version, and it looks like this. There's a digital version that you can get internationally, so anywhere you are, and it's $15. So you can put it on your handlebars. It shows you the diagram of how to do it. So you only need 10 cones. So you can get that if you want. It's only 15. It's in the store. So if you click the link in the description, it'll take you to the physical, but you can kind of navigate it yourself around in the store. Actually, you know what? I'll just let me send that to you. I'll put that in the link for the digital one. It's only 15. Let me get to it. So I just posted the link in the chat for the digital version. I need to change that picture. My beard is huge. All right. I need to edit these videos, and then I have a meeting in an hour. I think I'll go home to do that meeting because I am exhausted. I need a cough drop. So with that said, we're at 2 hours now. Thank you guys for joining me on the live stream this weekend. Typically, I don't do that. I usually do Thursdays. But I'll be trying to recover a little bit more. A little bit. Do I ship to FPO? Is that a military base? If it's anything United States and USPS can ship to, because I have shipped to military bases before, like American United States military bases. Is that an FPO or is that an APO? Okay, FPO. Yeah, try it. So click the link that's pinned at the top so you can get 20% off, and see if it works for you. Because I have shipped to FPOs and APOs before. So I have done that. I have been able to do that. But see if the checkout process works for you, because that's how you'll definitely know. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try to recover a little bit before the meeting. We're trying to finalize the website so I can start filming and then filling in the blanks. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. And I'll be seeing you guys. Oh, one sec. Does the digital version have video examples? Yeah, so it does. And also on Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. Here, let me help you guys out. I'll be filming a new video series based on the drills. with the new, because these are
What
old.
is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here for...
Yes, I know. This was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Okay, so this is drill videos. There you go. Those are the drill videos of me doing all the drills. All right, guys. Now I got to get going. I am exhausted. I'll be seeing you guys. Later. Bye.